Socializing is fun, but it can come at a price. Being frugal now is more important than ever, particularly in this cost of living crisis. So here's some tips and tricks that I deploy that help me save money and maintain a social life. The first tip I recommend is creating a social budget. When you go out with your friends, create a social budget. Set out how much you're going to spend for the day out, the night out, or whatever it is you're doing, and stick by it. Have discipline and stick by your budget. If you're going out for drinks, then don't partake in the rounds. If you're going out in general, then don't dine out. All it takes is honesty and communication with your friends, and your friends should respect you, your circumstances, and your financial decisions. Overspending to be social is unwise. The next tip I recommend is using cash. Cash is king. It's private, it's tangible, and once it's gone, it's gone. You feel the physical loss. Taking cash is an automatic cap. The next tip I recommend is bringing your own stuff. Whether you're going to the theatre, the cinema, for a walk or a hike, bring your own snacks and beverages. It will do you a lot of financial good. Cinemas and theatres, for example, charge you astronomical prices for things you can ordinarily buy in bulk at supermarkets for a cheaper rate. Heck, I've seen friends complain about the volume sizes of drinks and portion sizes when it comes to food at social venues. That so-called large glass of wine or that can of Coke or that bottle of water are not worth purchasing at that social venue. You're better off bringing your own drinks and your own snacks. And if you're concerned that you might get caught out with that drink, then put it into a concealable bottle like a flask and put it into a bag. Your wallet will thank you for it. The bottom line is that bringing your own stuff will save you cash. The next tip I recommend is hanging out at your friend's house. When I say hang out at your friend's house, I don't mean be a freeloader or a burden. You can bring some food and drink, put some music on in the background, and catch up in a safe, friendly environment. If it's summer, sit in the garden or even have a barbecue. If the weather's rubbish, play some video games or board games, or even take up an indoor activity like a book club, learning to draw, reading, or even learning a new language. There's so many financially economical things that you can do at your friend's house. The next tip I recommend is going for a walk. Find somewhere free and scenic for you and your friends. You could even meet locally. Bask in the zen of walking. It's an ideal way to slow down, relish your surroundings, gather your wits, make conversation, and have a laugh with your friends. Walking with friends can be a priceless way of having a simple social moment together. The next tip I recommend is driving somewhere. Some of my most social and memorable days out have involved getting into the car and driving to places with my friends. We enjoy the quietness and seclusion from the manic that is London. We drive to places we can't ordinarily get to by public transport, such as historic sites and country parks. We bring our own food and drink, share the cost of car fuel, and relish in the getaway. We appreciate places that are so far away, and driving somewhere with friends is an inexpensive way of having shared fun. The next tip I recommend is hanging out at free venues and places. I was born and raised in London, and London is home to a whole host of free museums and social hubs and places. The museums alone open the doors to a world of fascination and hidden secrets. Identify venues with free admission in your city or area and go there with your friends. Alternatively, find social hubs and clubs or free creative places, parks and canals. If the weather is nice, have a picnic or go to the beach or even a hike. Even sitting on a bench in town or somewhere comfortable where you can unwind and watch the world go by is sufficient. We have the internet at our very fingertips. Use it to find some free spaces for you and your friends and do your wallet a favour. The next tip I recommend is going for a bus or train ride. We use the bus and train or subway services to commute to work or to get to places. When have you sat on a bus or a train and enjoyed the safe space and passing views? When we go on holiday, we spend exorbitant amounts of money on those city tour buses that take you around the city and show you things. Why not do that with your local bus? Get your friend, get on board your bus, and enjoy the passing views whilst making conversation. Similarly, get on board the train, tube, subway, metro, or whatever it is you call it. Get your friends on board too. Talk to each other, enjoy the ride, the good company, and the passing views, all at an affordable rate. The next tip I recommend is video calling or calling your friends. If plans crash or it's working out too expensive to frequently meet your friends due to circumstances, then call your friends instead. The modern digital age has glued us to our phones. We use our phones for almost everything, so why not use it for social good? Texting can be tedious and lackluster, so pick up your phone and call your friends, or even video call them. I find video calls and phone calls more evocative because they provide that much more of a human touch. Take advantage of WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever app it is that you use and keep that social bridge intact with your friends while saving money. The last tip I recommend is looking for deals, promotions and offers. In our digital age we have apps, and apps often have promotions, deals and even free perks on the run. Do some research and find some perks and promotions that apply to you and your friends. For example, if you're planning to visit somewhere, look for any promotions or deals on the app or website. You may just find a cheaper rate. Sometimes venues may have a free admission period. All it takes is a bit of research to save those coins. And there you are, some tips and tricks that I deploy to save money and enjoy a social life. Let me know in the comments box what tips and tricks you deploy to save money, because we'd all take inspiration from it. And finally, if you can support at least one of the Sikh charities, I'd be extremely grateful. All the information can be found in the description box. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and cheerio for now.